Hello again, everybody. I'm Jeff Hirsch. I'm here live at the Money Show in Orlando with Keith Fitz Gerald, Money Map Press Chief Investment Strategist. We're talking about getting back to basics with stocks, things that are dominating, that are must-have stocks. What about the market itself? Where do you see the market in 2020? We had a huge year in 2019, presidential election year. Priming the pump. We got the Fed being accommodative.
The economy's firing on all cylinders. We've got great numbers. If you want a job, you can have one. The money's moving.
Government spending's up.
I mean, really, people have forgotten how to look forward. And I see the market is not over. The bull run has not finished. There's always headline risk, but that exists no matter what. So we've got the coronavirus. We've got the Chinese trade. That went away. We had the president's
coronavirus.
That went away.
Reaction's kind of gone away already.
Right. And the
people aren't.
I'm worried about.
I'm worried about it too. But people aren't noticing with the coronavirus. There's more people that have recovered than have died.
Well, based on what we know, now having spent a lot of time in China, I'm very doubtful that we're getting anything even remotely resembling the true story. That said, all of the underpinnings are there to play offense. You want to play growth. Risk management is for everything else.
So where do you see the market ending up, or how do you see it playing out this year in 2020? As strong as last year? As strong as 2019?
I think earnings are still being underestimated. I think they're a lot better than most people expect. I haven't quite put a number on it yet. The coronavirus forced me to rejigger my calculations a little bit.
Warranted.
But, so what? I still think we're going to press higher. The path of
you're not going into hibernation with the Bears.
No, the Bears have been as wrong as the day's been long since 2009. And anybody who tells me, oh boy, this is going to be great, it's like, when has a bear ever made money? The Bears missed all of that opportunity.
You've got to be one kind of a savvy short, there's like Chanos and those type of people. They're few and far between that can really make money on the shorts. Look, on the downside.
There's guys like Jim Chanos who are exceptionally good at picking short-term downside, but the rest of the time they got to cool their heels. Mm-hmm. And I would rather flip that around for the average investor and say, how do I make money most of the time, and then control the risk with everything.
So
else.
How are you telling people in the Money Map Press to make money right now?
Well, right now, again, it's unstoppable trends, must-have companies, and prudent risk management at all times, not just when it's convenient.
And not this diversification model that a lot of people are...
Diversification's flawed. Diversification is like throwing spaghetti against a wall and seeing what sticks. The theory, hysterically or historically, depending on how you want to use the word, is that not everything goes up and down at once.
No.
We know in today's computerized markets, where 85 to 90% of all volume is computerized, that doesn't work anymore. That doesn't. It just flat out does not work. All the markets go to the top and they go to the bottom at the same time within seconds of each other worldwide. So what does work is actual concentration of risk. There's never been, for example, a building named after a diversifier.
No.
But there's been businesses and buildings named after guys who focus on profits. Warren Buffett being a great example.
So the big stocks that are just pervasive and paradigm shifting across the world is where you're having people.
Well, look at it this way, right? So take a company like Alphabet, a company like Microsoft, a company like Facebook. As much as I can't stand that company, you can change the code and add $1 billion to the top line.
Anything outside of these big names that you see?
Absolutely. There's still trends that are focused on health. There's trends that are focused, unfortunately, on war, terrorism, and ugliness, national security.
What about 5G?
5G is great, but 5G isn't what it's cracked up to be. I think the technology that drives 5G is the story, but 5G itself, totally overrated.
Interesting.
No.
We got to leave it there.
Thanks
again, Keith. Thanks everybody for joining us.